In a world completely obsessed with democratic elections, one powerful nation is ruled entirely by accumulated wealth, not popular votes. No heated debates, no expensive campaigns, no political rivals. Just one singular royal family with absolute power older than the country itself. Welcome to Saudi Arabia, the mysterious kingdom where kings are born into power, not chosen by people. Its monarchs don't merely govern their subjects. They own absolutely everything. From sprawling desert palaces with solid gold-plated ceilings to a massive $2 trillion oil empire, their overwhelming influence stretches across global corporate boardrooms, international military battlefields, and complex diplomatic borders worldwide. The modern world watches tech billionaires constantly battle on Twitter. But the real titans live behind towering marble walls, far from prying cameras and public scrutiny. Their power? Absolutely quiet and controlled. Their fortune? Completely unfathomable to ordinary people. Their iron grip is totally comprehensive, controlling vast oil reserves, enormous land holdings, deep religious faith, and the nation's entire future direction. In Riyadh's gleaming modern towers, executive decisions echo across every continent on Earth. In ornate traditional palaces, massive oil deals shift entire global markets overnight. And in heavily guarded vaults buried deep below the shifting desert sand, ancient family secrets lie completely untouched by time or outside interference. But who really rules Saudi Arabia today? How did one tribal warrior's direct bloodline become exponentially richer than Bezos, Musk, and the entire British crown combined? What mechanisms maintain their absolute control? And as our rapidly changing world evolves, can the centuries-old royal machine survive mounting pressure from both within and without? Can absolute power adapt to a connected world demanding transparency? This is far more than traditional monarchy. It's the world's most powerful and secretive family business empire ever created in human history. This is inside the billionaire life of Saudi Arabia's richest kings. Who really controls Saudi Arabia? At the top of Saudi Arabia's vast royal family stands King Salman bin Abdulaziz, the official custodian of the two holy mosques. Yet the real executive force driving the kingdom forward is his ambitious son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, better known worldwide as MBS. With King Salman gradually aging and stepping back from daily operations, MBS has systematically assumed near total control over every critical aspect of governance: defense strategy, national finance, intelligence operations, oil policy, foreign diplomatic relations. All roads now lead directly to the Crown Prince's powerful office. Saudi Arabia is technically a traditional monarchy, but it functions more like a tightly run multinational corporation. The royal court, officially called the Diwan, acts as both executive suite and strategic war room. High-powered advisors from the West regularly walk its marble halls. Billion-dollar decisions affecting global markets are made with a simple nod. The House of Saud officially includes over 15,000 members spread across multiple generations, but fewer than 200 actually hold genuine political power. These carefully selected elites chair major banks, government ministries, and state-owned corporations. Every major institution, whether religious, military, or financial, has a senior prince position at its operational core. MBS has deliberately modernized Saudi leadership, like a Silicon Valley tech CEO. He personally launched the ambitious Vision 2030 transformation plan, privatized significant portions of Aramco, and controversially hosted concerts and Formula One races once strictly banned under traditional Islamic law. Internationally, MBS is treated as the ultimate energy kingmaker by world leaders. When he strategically cuts oil production, global markets immediately react. When he invests sovereign wealth funds, entire industries shift direction. His handshake is carefully watched by presidents and prime ministers worldwide. The Crown Prince has consolidated power through strategic appointments and institutional reforms. He chairs the powerful Council of Economic and Development Affairs, controls the massive public investment fund, and oversees the kingdom's military modernization programs. His influence extends beyond government into media, technology, and entertainment sectors. But with such dramatic centralization comes inherent risk. Absolute power concentrated in one person brings no institutional buffers against poor decisions or external pressures. The traditional Saudi system of consensus building among senior princes has been largely bypassed. Critics argue this concentration creates dangerous vulnerabilities. Supporters claim it enables rapid decision-making in a fast-changing world. The reality likely lies somewhere between these extremes. The monarchy isn't just a ceremonial symbol of national identity. It is the actual engine of the modern Saudi state, driving policy, economics, and social change. And behind the ornate curtain, a single influential family moves all the levers of power. This unprecedented concentration of authority in MBS represents either the kingdom's greatest strength or its most significant weakness. Only time will reveal which assessment proves accurate as Saudi Arabia navigates an increasingly complex global landscape while maintaining its traditional power structures. The rise of the House of Saud. In 1932, Abdulaziz ibn Saud unified Arabia's scattered tribal lands into one ambitious kingdom. His meteoric rise was absolutely legendary, part fierce warrior, part brilliant strategist. Through calculated conquest, strategic marriage alliances, and shrewd diplomacy, he built a powerful state from shifting sand. Back then, Saudi Arabia was completely barren and undeveloped. No paved roads, no modern infrastructure, no electricity or running water. Just endless camels, traditional Bedouin tents, and constantly feuding rival tribes. Political power came directly from the sword and personal loyalty to tribal leaders. That primitive reality changed forever in 1938 with the historic discovery of oil. American geologists working for Standard Oil struck liquid black gold beneath the desert surface. Abdulaziz immediately formed the Arabian American Oil Company, Aramco, with U.S. corporate partners. The harsh desert would never be the same again. Oil transformed absolutely everything about Saudi society, from crushing poverty to opulent palaces, from isolated tribal conflicts to influential global politics, from subsistence living to unimaginable wealth. Each successive king after Abdulaziz systematically added another crucial layer to the kingdom's development. King Saud expanded international influence through diplomatic missions. King Faisal modernized critical infrastructure and education systems. King Khalid built formidable military strength and regional security. King Fahd introduced sophisticated Western diplomacy and global business partnerships. Today's monarch, King Salman, presides over a deeply modernized kingdom with advanced technology and international connections. His ambitious son, Crown Prince MBS, has transformed traditional governance into sophisticated brand management and public relations. The royal family grew exponentially with the massive oil boom revenues. Dozens of sons and grandsons inherited significant power, vast lands, and extraordinary wealth. Extended family members received government positions, business opportunities, and generous monthly allowances. No democratic elections were ever needed or desired. Oil revenues paid for social peace and public contentment. Religious legitimacy came through carefully maintained alliances with conservative Wahhabi clerics. International ties were systematically bought with massive arms deals and strategic investments. The proven formula worked brilliantly. For decades, a remote desert kingdom became a major global player in energy, finance, and geopolitics. Saudi influence extended from Washington boardrooms to London banks to Asian markets. The transformation was breathtakingly rapid and comprehensive. Within just 3 generations, the House of Saud evolved from nomadic tribal leaders to sophisticated international power brokers. Their wealth increased from practically nothing to hundreds of billions of dollars. From humble Bedouin tents to luxurious Beverly Hills mansions, the journey was both rapid and absolute. The royal family accumulated properties, businesses, and investments across every continent. But perhaps most remarkably, the House of Saud didn't simply adapt to modernity and global capitalism. They strategically designed both to fit perfectly around their traditional throne and maintain their absolute power. This was a mere adaptation. It was deliberate transformation of the entire modern world to serve their ancient royal ambitions. Invisible empire. Saudi kings are surrounded by far more than opulent luxury and golden palaces. They are constantly guarded by an army of invisible shadows and sophisticated security networks. The Royal Guard Regiment forms the innermost protective shield. elite soldiers meticulously trained in prestigious foreign military academies. These hand-picked warriors serve the king directly and personally. Their unwavering loyalty is intensely personal, not merely institutional or professional. Then there's the formidable GIP, the General Intelligence Presidency, Saudi Arabia's equivalent to the CIA. This secretive organization handles complex espionage operations, comprehensive surveillance programs, advanced counterterrorism efforts, and dangerous foreign infiltration missions across multiple continents. Domestic critics are systematically watched, strategically silenced, or permanently exiled from the kingdom. Twitter accounts are continuously tracked through sophisticated algorithms. Dissidents living abroad, including independent journalists and human rights activists, face very real physical danger and constant threats. Digital surveillance capabilities have exploded dramatically in recent years. International intelligence reports consistently links Saudi Arabia to the controversial Pegasus spyware system used against critics. Advanced biometric cameras are rapidly expanding throughout major cities, and a futuristic planned NEOM Smart City project. Security operations are also extensively outsourced to international specialists. American military mercenaries provide tactical support. Former Mossad agents offer intelligence expertise. Private security contractors from the UK and UAE handle specialized protection duties. Royal palaces are heavily fortified with multiple defensive layers. Beneath many of these structures lie sophisticated underground bunkers, fully stocked with emergency food supplies, backup fuel reserves, and direct aircraft access tunnels. Detailed escape plans are meticulously mapped and regularly updated. Clear red lines for security threats are firmly drawn. The National Army serves the Saudi state officially, but the royal family commands absolute personal loyalty from key military commanders and intelligence chiefs. This distinction proves crucial during moments of internal crisis or external pressure. Advanced technology enhances traditional security measures. Satellite monitoring systems track movement patterns. Facial recognition software identifies potential threats. Communications interception capabilities monitor suspicious conversations and digital activities. International cooperation strengthens domestic security. Intelligence sharing agreements with Western allies provide additional protection. Joint training exercises with elite foreign units improve capabilities. Weapons purchases from major powers ensure technological superiority. The invisible empire extends beyond Saudi borders through diplomatic immunity and international business connections. Embassy staff often include intelligence operatives. Business partnerships provide cover for surveillance activities. Cultural exchanges facilitate information gathering. This comprehensive invisible empire ensures one absolutely crucial thing. The royal throne remains completely untouchable and politically secure. Financial resources make the security apparatus possible. Oil revenues fund advanced technology purchases. Investment returns pay for international expertise. Sovereign wealth enables unlimited security spending. In Saudi Arabia, institutional secrecy is considered essential protection. Calculated fear becomes deliberate government policy, and enforced silence equals guaranteed survival. The monarchy's survival depends not just on wealth and religious legitimacy, but on this sophisticated security architecture operating continuously in the shadows, protecting royal power from all potential threats. The financial empire. Saudi Arabia holds one of the world's largest proven oil reserves beneath its vast desert landscape. Its national oil company, Saudi Aramco, was valued at over $2 trillion, making it the most profitable business enterprise in human history. Aramco is completely state-owned by the Saudi government, and the state entirely controlled by the royal family through appointed positions and direct oversight. The massive public investment fund, PIF, personally chaired by Crown Prince MBS, holds more than $700 billion in assets. It owns significant stakes in Uber, Lucid Motors, SoftBank, Disney, and top gaming companies worldwide. The PIF funds ambitious futuristic projects like NEOM, a $500 billion AI-driven megacity designed to showcase Saudi technological advancement and attract international investment. But personal royal fortunes prove much harder to trace through traditional financial channels. The Panama Papers investigation revealed extensive offshore accounts tied directly to Saudi royals. Real estate records consistently linked him to luxury penthouses in Manhattan, historic castles in France, and sprawling villas on the French Riviera. MBS is credibly linked to the purchase of Chateau Louis XIV, $300 million for a technologically advanced mansion near Paris. He also allegedly owns a Leonardo da Vinci painting, purchased for $450 million at auction. Prince Awali bin Talal once held major stakes in Citigroup, Apple, Twitter, and Four Seasons hotels. He was detained during MBS's controversial 2017 anti-corruption purge and paid a substantial settlement to secure his release. Their astronomical wealth isn't stored in traditional bank vaults. It's strategically invested in equity positions, luxury property portfolios, massive yachts, and political power structures. The royal family operates exactly like a sophisticated holding company. Government ministries are chaired by senior royals. Defense contracts are signed by royal cousins. Major banks are run by royal brothers and nephews. This system extends beyond mere financial control. Royal family members chair boards of major corporations. They approve foreign investment decisions. They control access to lucrative government contracts and business licenses. International investments serve multiple purposes. They diversify the kingdom's economy beyond oil dependence. They create political leverage with foreign governments. They generate massive returns for royal portfolios. The wealth flows through complex networks. Sovereign wealth funds invest globally. Private family trusts hold assets discreetly. Shell companies obscure ownership structures. Swiss banks provide confidential services. Real estate represents a particularly visible form of royal wealth. London mansions worth hundreds of millions. New York penthouses with private elevators. Mediterranean estates with helicopter pads. Each property represents just a fraction of total holdings. Art collections provide another wealth storage method. Rare paintings, ancient artifacts, and precious jewelry disappear into private collections. Museums worldwide compete for royal patronage and donations. It's not just about accumulating money. It's about controlling economic structure itself. A kingdom where major shareholders happen to wear crowns. Every significant business decision requires royal approval. Every major investment flows through royal channels. Every profitable venture benefits royal interests. The financial empire operates in broad daylight, yet remains largely invisible to outsiders. Public companies with royal connections. Transparent investments with opaque ownership. Official wealth alongside hidden fortunes. And every share, every asset, every investment ultimately traces back to the Golden Throne in Riyadh. Let's break down how MBS flexes his clout worldwide. Oil is MBS's superpower. Saudi Arabia pumps about 10% of the world's crude. And as a guy steering Saudi Aramco, MBS can tweak production to make gas prices jump or drop globally. When he cut output in 2023, it sent markets into a frenzy. Your gas bill probably felt it. That kind of leverage gives him a megaphone in international politics. He's built tight ties with U.S. presidents, from Trump to Biden, securing arms deals and tech partnerships. He's also cozy with China, inking $65 billion in trade agreements, and even chats with Russia's Putin on oil strategy. MBS plays the diplomacy game like a pro, hosting G20 summits and mediating Gulf spats like Qatar's blockade. His oil muscle and charm make him a go-to for world leaders needing a Middle East ally. MBS's influence isn't just oil, it's his cash making waves. Through the Public Investment Fund, he's dropped billions into global markets, from $3.5 billion in Uber to stakes in Disney and Boeing. His $45 billion bet on SoftBank's Vision Fund aimed to reshape tech, though it hit snags with flops like WeWork. He's also bankrolled Newcastle United FC and lured soccer stars like Ronaldo to the Saudi Pro League, boosting the kingdom's soft power. In 2024, he secured $20 billion from China for green energy and AI, while his G20 talks push Saudi Arabia as a trade hub. These deals aren't just about profit. They're about making Saudi Arabia a player in every major industry, from sports to space. MBS's power is a mix of oil, money, and hustle. But with great power comes drama. Want to know the controversies? Stick around, it's getting spicy. Now let's get real. MBS's wealth and power come with some serious baggage. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's flashy yachts and futuristic cities grab headlines, but his actions have sparked major controversies that can't be ignored. From the war in Yemen to the shocking murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, MBS has faced global heat. Let's dive into the darker side of the story. MBS's critics aren't shy about calling him out. They argue his lavish lifestyle, $500 million yachts, for $150 million paintings, clashes with serious human rights issues. The Saudi-led war in Yemen, launched in 2015 under MBS's watch, has been brutal, with thousands of civilian deaths and a humanitarian crisis that's left millions starving. Human rights groups like Amnesty International slam the coalition's airstrikes, and the UN's called a catastrophe. Then there's the 2018 murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in Saudi Arabia's Istanbul consulate. U.S. intelligence pinned it on MBS's orders, sparking global outrage. While he's denied direct involvement, the stain sticks, with critics saying his rule hides abuses behind a glitzy facade. MBS sells himself as a progressive rock star with Vision 2030, women driving, concerts, tourism. But some say it's a slick PR move to mass power grabs. His 2017 anti-corruption crackdown locked up princes and tycoons netting billions, but critics call a shakedown to sideline rivals. Reforms like women's rights feel big, but activists still face jail for speaking out. For many, MBS's modernization is less about change and more about cementing his grip. The question, is he a visionary or just playing the game? These controversies make MBS a polarizing figure. Want to know how it all ties together? Let's wrap this up next. All right, love him or not, one thing's crystal clear. Mohammed bin Salman is playing life on a whole different level. From trillion-dollar investments in sci-fi cities like Neom to gold-plated jets and a $450 million Da Vinci, MBS's wealth is unreal. His Vision 2030 could reshape the Middle East, turning Saudi Arabia into a tech and tourism beast. But the controversies, Khashoggi, Yemen, human rights, remind us there's a flip side to all that power. So what's your take? Is MBS the visionary genius he's selling himself as? Or just another billionaire flexing his crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you think. If this dive into MBS's wild world got you hooked, smash that like button and subscribe, and share this with your crew. We've got more epic stories coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.